welcome back. It is the Danny Podcast. I'm your host, Danny, and I've been on a 2-week hiatus. Let me tell you, that was not planned, but the weird thing was, even though I didn't have time to do the podcast over the past fortnight, I didn't have time for much else. Like, when I say I stretched myself a little bit too thin amongst my personal life, let's talk about it. No, it's been weird. I was kind of sick. Well, no, the first week that I was away, Mum was sick. And when she's in the house, like, nothing gets done. I don't even know why. It's just, I can't be bothered. I just want to, I don't know if it's her and her, I don't even know, her energy or whatever, but you just want to sit and watch Netflix and eat a bowl of ice cream and just watch shit, I don't know. She loves cartoons. I don't know why. She was unwell and I just thought, we've got 6 episodes to go. Let's just kind of take a little bit of a breather. We'll plan for a fortnight. And then all of a sudden the second week rolled around and I was meant to go to Christchurch because a very good friend of mine had just secured a dream position and we had to go up to get medicals. Well, I fell sick, didn't I? So I didn't end up going on the road trip, which is such a bummer because that was something I was really looking forward to. But anyway, we're back. There's so much to debrief and unpack. I thought I'd do this episode kind of 40% on insecurities as a topic and 60% on a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's just, that is my life. And I know how much everyone enjoys hearing what's going on in the little old central town of Cromwell. No, just joking. Nothing. Anyway, let's talk about it. Insecurities. It's not actually about the sneaky little devils that show up uninvited in your brain. The whispering the wrong things at the wrong time, when you hear things and it's like, get insecure. No. Let me tell you, I actually don't know where this comes from, and it really started to get on my last nerve. I don't know. I don't want to say it is a small town thing, but it's really starting to become exceedingly obvious that it is. I've never experienced this in my life, and I would love to hear from other people that are from this area that maybe it's happening to them, or is it me? I don't know. I have always been a girly girl. I think we know this. It's something that I just love to do is to dress up, and maybe it stems from the fact that I work from home. I don't have much, Monday to Friday. I look like a dirtbag. Let's be honest. I don't leave the house. Even the dude that drops the stuff off at the courier dude who, delivers the parcels, he doesn't even give a shit what I look like. So anyway, I turn a corner, maybe Thursday afternoon. That's when the maintenance shower happens. I start pulling myself together as though the weekend's going to be a whole bunch of socializing. And quite frankly, I've actually reduced it down to just Friday nights. So I don't know. I start to feel myself a little bit again come Friday morning. And then, I don't know. I always have just loved putting together an outfit and actually feeling good about it. And I don't know what's been going on in the world, but people are getting the shits if you look better than them. So, yeah, look, it mostly is about the insecurities of other women in this town. I'm mostly just dotting on this because I went out on Saturday, which is unheard of for me. I had not been out in months. And I went to the nightclub, which, God, that place is such a dive. I can't even deal. It gives me heavy breathing anxieties when I think about it. Anyway, and there was a couple of birthday parties in the area, so people were coming to the nightclub after a couple of drinks. I, however, had just got back from Queenstown. I had been on site with my brother. I'd been sweeping the floors of my new house, trying to get all the dust out. I looked like a bin bag, right? So I went home. I was pouring a dirty, the dirtiest Olivey martini you've ever seen, watching the All Blacks, actually. It was the New Zealand All Blacks. They were playing rugby against France. And I got a text from a friend that was like, hey, look, the rugby boys for the regional stuff are coming through Cromwell. Do you want to come out to the pub? We'll be going in an hour. I was like, look, I'm just enjoying a really dirty martini on the couch, watching the All Blacks. They're about to do the haka. Give me a minute because my brain is in the gutter. They look so good. and I will pull myself together. Well, Mum comes home and I said to her, hey, look, can you drop me at the pub? She was like, I saw you like 20 minutes ago and you look like a dusty piece of shit. And, you know, from a mum, they're always going to say things like that. So I was like, yeah, I know. And she goes, Danny, honestly, how fast you can get ready should be studied. You literally looked like a dust monster. And right now you smell delicious. And I just can't even tell that that's even you under there. And I was like, yeah, look, it's something that I've always done in my 20s. I think it's just the whole, if someone wants me to go out, like I'm not going to make you wait for it. I'm going to go, you know, and I'm going to be really prompt. So it's just like my second skill, like my second nature. Chuck on a really nice dress, some pantyhose, some high heels, do your hair, put on some makeup, just feel fresh and flirtatious. Magic, honestly. Anyway, I go down to the pub and there's a whole bunch of women there. And look, I don't know. I really want to go around and just sort of give people a bit of motivation and help at the moment. But there's a lot of puffer jackets, jeans, no makeup, ponytails. And I'm like, okay, so we can be these miserable kind of people that just gets salty at each other. And that's how I felt. I entered the room and it was like just everyone just kind of, I don't know. It's been my whole life like this. And I've always sort of said, oh, it's because I'm 6'3" and I sort of stick out like a sore thumb. But more often than not, it's because I actually put in a little bit of effort and I get a little bit of attention. I'm still single. I'm not like stealing your man. I'm like the nicest person you'll ever meet. So there was a couple of whispers and I was thinking, oh, I'm not going to get insecure about it. I'm just going to rise above it. You know, I actually feel really good right now. And anyway, a couple of these blokes approached me and, oh, hey, Danny, hadn't seen you in for like a while. Hope everything's been good. And I looked at one bloke and I said to him, look, I want to say hi, I do. But your misso is giving me the filthiest resting bitch face I've ever seen in my life. And I just feel really terrible about communicating with you because she's going to get mad. And he was like, don't worry about her. She's been mad all night. And I was like, where does it come from? Like, where is this whole, like, females can't talk to other females' bloody boyfriends without them thinking the worst? I mean, I'm kind of a boy's boy. Like, I'm a boy's girl. I don't even know how that saying goes, but I just really enjoy talking to guys because they give like a whole different spectrum on things. My best friend on the planet of like 25 years is a bloke. I don't even like care, you know, and I have the most supportive group of females in my life that will be behind me 100% in everything that I do, and they will never feel insecure about me talking to their boyfriends. But this small town, the heaviness, oh my word. So we go over to the nightclub and this chick approaches me who's just, I don't even know her. I have never met her. I've always heard about her. I heard some really bad things about how she treats a couple of blokes. And, you know, I'm a Taurus. I've always expressed my star sign as stubborn. You can't make me do anything I don't want to do, right? She comes up to me and she just randomly pushes me and says, why do you hate me? And I looked at her and I thought, oh, you've got to be kidding. Like, I actually just cannot even deal. You're like a box of RTD drinks in, probably put something up your nose. I don't even know. I'm not even going to judge. I don't care. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to have this conversation about why you think I hate you at midnight on a Saturday because you're insecure that I'm here and I'm talking to different people and I look probably the way that I look. I don't know. I feel like that's the reason, but I don't know. And it's just, it gives me the ick. It really does. And she wasn't the only one. There was like 4 females. Like, I tried to be in different areas of the nightclub, just moving around, you know, inside, outside, back corner, front corner, whatever. There was just constant glares and females approaching me and guys that couldn't talk to me or I didn't want to talk to them because I was like, it's just not worth the fight, mate. Like, it's really not. And I just sat there and I thought, what is in the air? I mean, I've felt for a long time on social media, you can't post and be positive or be who you are, or, you know, celebrate the wins because people are going through stuff. And I 100% get it. But this is kind of one of those weird things where it's like, I've done nothing wrong, yet I'm sitting here being penalized because I put a little bit of effort in, is what I feel. And it just makes me feel shit. You know, I could have walked out of there with my head held high, like, you know what, stuff you, I don't care. Rein your men in. Like, honestly, if you are walking around looking like a stale sack of shit with a face like a stunned mullet, like, zhuzh yourself up and make them, like, not reach out and, I don't know, try and approach other women, because this is why I got into the situation I did freaking 6 months, a year ago, you know. It was because females just, they look and act the way that they do, and it pushes the blokes onto random females like me who have weird lifestyles which are interesting, and we have these conversations that are just refreshing, and it leaves imprints in blokes' brains. I don't even, it's so crazy. Ugh. I used to think it's because I was tall. Now I think it's just because I have an obsession with fragrances and I smell different. And also I just love, I've always been a social butterfly, but right now it's become like an issue that I even like leave my house because I just look different. I really truly feel like that's the reason. And these insecurities are really honestly coming out of these women. And yeah, look, a few people I talked to on the Sunday, they just said, just rise above it, Danny, just continue being you. You know, that's the whole reason that you have the type of people you have around you, is because they resonate and just absolutely radiate off your energy, and it's so powerful. And I just think, I'm not doing anything. I'm just this little chickie who just, I don't know, I felt like I breezed through life. I don't know. But yeah, it was really overpowering, and I just wanted to sort of plant a seed, like, how can we do this better that we can help each other out? And I don't really want to know these females. I don't care. I don't want to like have them be my friends or whatever. Like, no, I'm old, you know. I just want to be at home with my clay making kit and make little fridge magnets and drink my red wine. Just leave me the hell alone. No. But honestly, far out. It was intense. And I sort of said to my friend, oh, look, I'm not going back out on a Saturday again. Friday night, I'm in. Saturday, no. But honestly, it sort of made me think maybe I should move to Henley Farm and live over there just in my new house, because the whole reason that I'm not going over is because I have something established here. But I just don't think it's worth it sometimes. You know, I bash my head on the table that that's how people act, but it's like, do better, you know? Actually put in some effort. Ask me how I do my hair. Ask me what perfume I'm wearing. Don't just stand there and think I'm going to steal your husband, because I'm not. He doesn't look like Jason Momoa. Trust me, I've been in this town long enough to think that they don't look like Jason down here. Anyway, what else have I been doing? I actually wanted to touch on something really funny. I don't know if you know this, but there is a trend going on at the moment called a purse dish. Now, look, I had one of these, and I am 38 years old, so this is blowing my mind. I think I've had a purse dish for going on 15, if not 20 years. Easy. Basically what they are is the dish between handbags that you always put your purse in, that you take things from and you put into another purse. Now, mine is in the shape of a clamshell, and it's always been on my Duchess, and I always just throw in different perfumes, lip glosses, sunglasses, and it helps me go from day handbag to night purse. So, and even every now and then there's like a stick of gum or a house key or something in it. But they're coming back into fashion that people are relying on their purse dishes. And I just thought, you know what, other people using these? Is it still a thing? Like, is it something that New Zealand are getting into? Because, oh my gosh, I love mine. I can't live without it, to be honest. And I was never one of those corporate girlies that had one of those handbags with all the dividers, with all the, you know, the iPad and the drink bottle and the spare pair of knickers in case you get hit by a bus, or a couple of snacks, you know how it goes. But yeah, it was really cool. And I think they're going to be one of those things that they sell at Kmart where you can just chuck your shit that's going from one handbag to another. I don't know. It's kind of fun. I love it. I might even upgrade my purse dish. I haven't had the same one for 20 years, but you can imagine the shit it's seen, right? And we've had some really like shitty news down here at the moment, which is annoying because I feel like this is the year for just weird stuff. But my mum's twin sister, we need to have her in our thoughts today because she's going under a bit of a microscope. She potentially has some form of like colon or bowel cancer, which is sad because her mum died of it, and my mum's mum is 81 years old. So it's very scary at the moment. Basically, I mean, it's just the weirdest scenario. It came on so fast. I was at her house about 3 weeks ago, and we were just having some wines, and she just randomly said, I haven't pooped for a week. An 81-year-old. I just looked at her and I said, hey, what? Are you joking? And she says, no, I'm going to go get a colonoscopy because I think something's wrong. I was like, but what? Do you feel okay? And she was like, yeah, I feel fine. I just think it's weird that I haven't pooped. And I was like, have you eaten something that you shouldn't have? Like, every now and then I get a craving for a handful of raw pasta, but I don't have it because I know that it's going to like stop me from pooping for 2 days. No, that is not a useless fact about Daddy Dog, okay? But yeah, look, it was weird. And so my mum actually said to me last night, there is a high risk that she could have some form of bowel or colon cancer. And as an older person, it's not the best. So yeah, look, I'm not happy about it. It's just one of those things we have to ride the wave of. Just, she's such a special person in my life. I really love her. And it's hard because I didn't have my nana. My nana passed away in 1991. And so she's kind of like fallen into that posse where she reaches out and she makes me like help her with different things. And she's rubbish at gardening and cooking. She hates cooking, which cracks me up because I'm an active lover of cooking. It's my love language. And even when I went and visited her 3 weeks ago, I said, hey, look, can I cook for you? And she got shitty because she hates her kitchen getting messed up. So, yeah, look, it's not ideal. And my Central Fitness community is in mourning because the owner, her father passed away. And it was one of those things that really shook me because even though we didn't see that much of him, he played such a big part of the Central Fitness gym community. And I even had friends reach out from Christchurch and London that had been a part of this in COVID, where we all were quite close. And they were just in absolute shock. And I thought, oh my God, I hate this. I hate that they're going through this because he's such a top bloke and it's such a loss to the community. So it is a bit sad. And I wrote on the whiteboard for the Central Fitness kids that obviously we are thinking of them today. It is the funeral, and all our love goes to them and what they're going through. But God, it's just gives me goosebumps thinking about it. Ooh. Oh, anyway, pause, reflect. On to some other news. We are a month away from me going to Brisbane to see my family, and they are getting married. Oh my God, that was such a drowned out thing, wasn't it? Yeah, look, I'm so excited. I am absurdly excited to see them. I have been, I don't know, struggling through this cold winter so far, and I just really want to go see some family. So they get married a month tomorrow, which we are very excited. And the only thing they want from me is Whittaker's chocolate, specifically the Hokey Pokey one. So I've been told once I get to this wedding, that is the wedding gift is Hokey Pokey Whittaker's. I said, there's about 19 other flavours. Why do you want that one? There's even like 4 new ones since they even sent that message. Anyway, so I will be over there for a week, and I am just really looking forward to it. I've got a couple of nights on the Gold Coast for myself, and I'm not going to be alone. You know this already. There will be people coming and going to catch up with me, which is great. Australia is not really a holiday for me. It's more like my second home. It's always a busy time for me, but I do enjoy all those things that come with such a wonderful city. And then next Saturday, so not this Saturday, but next Saturday, I'm up in Auckland for 5 nights for work, which is phenomenal. I'm so excited. Specifically going up to meet the people in my 9 to 5 Monday to Friday job. That's on Monday, Tuesday. But I fly up Saturday, so I've got Saturday, Sunday, and I am excited to explore Auckland. Not going to lie, I have a lot going on in the next month, to be honest. But my very dear friend who worked with me at Vodafone 14 years ago, she has obtained New Zealand Warriors tickets for the Warriors-Titans match. And I feel a bit nostalgic about that. I don't know if you guys know this, but 14 years ago we worked for the Vodafone company, and they used to gift us Warriors tickets because they sponsored the Warriors, but we were never able to go because we always had to work. So now it's like 14 years later, we're going to the game, we've got epic seats, and there's actually 3 of us going, and it's going to be one of those full circle universe moments, which is so weird. Especially because I've actively been following them this year and really enjoy I don't know, me and Tom have this thing going that if I don't watch the game, then they all fall over and they lose. So you can tell when they lose, I'm not watching, but anyway, it's like a thing. And what else? We are probably about 4 weeks away from getting the keys to my Queenstown house. I'm not going to say it's stressful. I'm just going to say that things that could have been done differently. And look, anyone that builds a house is going to tell you that. It's the weirdest experience. And it wasn't even until on Sunday this week, we went to Bunnings just to look at, I think it was hooks. And I walked past the bathroom and kitchen area, and they sell these like tile sample things, which are huge, like A4 size bits of whatever the hell it is, like tile or whatever, laminate. And I was so mad because this whole time I've struggled to see the big picture, whether it was like a backsplash or a paint color. I just don't believe that a swatch of that color sample should be as big as your little finger. Like, let's be honest, come on. So I was a little bit like, damn it, we should have gone and got a kitchen stuff done through Bunnings because it's just easier to see. And I, as someone like myself, it's a real visual entity. Like, I just wanted to see what it looked like. And it bugged me that this whole time, everything we chose took 10 working days to 3 weeks to actually show us a simulation of the kitchen or show us what the living room would look like with all this paint on it. Here's me just quietly in the corner trying to like build my own app that did it, or, you know, just, it was so annoying, you guys. I was just really spiraling about the whole thing. And the neighbor is currently selling his house, and on the other side of him is a giant monster of a 2-story house, which really pushed the limits of height restrictions in Hanley Farm, which is annoying because this stupid monster of a house peers down into our backyards and our decking area, which is a little bit of an invasion of privacy, if I'm really honest. But the neighbor in the middle, who is moving and selling right now, is such a lovely guy. Like, it's such a shame that he's not staying, because he let me walk through his house the other weekend, and he's a father of 2. But I tell you what, his apartment screams bachelor pad. Like, I was impressed. I walked in and I stood there, and there was this beautiful inbuilt TV unit with all the storage and just really nice fixtures and surround sound built into the walls and the roof. Everything was like really top-notch technology wise, and I was just so impressed. And I thought, holy shit, where's he come up with this idea? But no, he had a bit of help, let's be honest. And we did a bit of a drive down our street, which is pretty special because I have photos and video of the street when nothing existed. It was just us signing off on some plans, and now all of a sudden there's some phenomenally architecturally perfect houses up on the street. It's so exciting to see. It kind of pisses me off though, because you want to be really, I don't know, eccentric with your designs. But at the same time, like, we know that in a year's time we're going to sell it and we're going to do the next thing. But I laugh because I was like, God, we could have been so creative with this. We just kind of weren't. I blame Mum. Mum is a nightmare to build with, basically just because she wasn't very, like, sterile white. Don't get me wrong, it was never white. It was just that she thought let's not go too dramatic with things in case the next person that wants to buy it was just going to ruin it anyway. But yeah, it was kind of one of those, like, let's keep everything simple. But I look at the houses on the street and I just get jealous. I have like house jealous FOMO. Anyway, once we sell it in a year's time, Tom will go on and build his own masterpiece, his forever home or his bachelor pad, whatever you want to call it. And I'm thinking I really want to build a bar. So I'm very excited about that, and we are working with a few people in that idea. My kitten Poe, I don't know if you can hear him in the background, is playing underneath the desk, and I think he's got something. Anyway, this is just a follow-up catch-up podcast after my 2-week hiatus. It was weird. It went past really fast, but I missed just kind of debriefing and offloading, but at the same time, like, I was stupidly busy doing like stupid stuff. So I definitely needed 2 weeks to get it done, even though I felt sick. Anyway, I'll have lots to talk about as my trips are coming up, and I hope everyone is keeping warm. Just obviously, you know, off the bat about the whole, you know, insecurities and stuff. I feel like it was just me venting, but it really felt disgusting and heavy, and I just don't like that. I just wanted to see if it was something that I picked up on and everyone else noticed. I don't know. Anyway, that's a wrap on today's little truth cocktail that came out of my mouth like verbal diarrhea. I don't know, insecurities, we've all called them out. I feel like myself, I've left my shit at the door. Why can other people? Just remember, you're not too much, too loud, or too sensitive. You're just not made to shrink. And that's exactly what people have said to me. Don't quieten down, Danny, just because you feel like people are staring. You know, we just got to take what we can, leave what we can't, and carry on. If you guys love this episode, share it with someone who needs a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And don't forget to hit follow so you never miss your weekly dose of the Danny Dot podcast. Until next time, be bold, be kind, and most of all, be unapologetically you. Take care. Bye for now, guys.